Jayden Adams.
80,000 fans inside Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Erling Haaland standing on one side of the pitch, Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham on the other. A World Cup quarterfinal between England and Norway seconds away from kickoff. And then, complete silence. On the giant screens a photograph appears, a smiling young man in a South African jersey with just 2 numbers underneath his name, 2001 to 2026. This weekend, the biggest sporting event on planet Earth stopped everything for one man, South African midfielder Jayden Adams. 2 weeks ago he was playing at this very World Cup, making history for his country. Today he is gone at just 25 years of age, and here is the part that has stunned the entire football world. Nobody knows how he died. Stay with me till the very end because this story will break your heart and leave you with questions that even the police are still trying to answer. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are covering one of the saddest and most mysterious stories in world football right now, the sudden death of South Africa's rising star Jayden Adams, the emotional tribute that silenced the FIFA World Cup, and the unanswered questions now being investigated in Cape Town. On Saturday, July 11, South African football woke up to devastating news. The South African Football Players Union and the country's sports ministry confirmed that Jayden Adams, midfielder for the national team, Bafana Bafana, and for African champions Mamelodi Sundowns, had passed away. He was only 25 years old. The Players Union said that death had cruelly stolen one of their own, calling his passing an immeasurable loss for his family, his teammates, his clubs, and the entire country. And within hours, this was no longer just a South African story. It became a global one. Because here is where the questions begin. According to police in the Western Cape, officers discovered the body of a 25-year-old man at around 11 o'clock on Saturday morning at a house in the Scotch Kloof area of Cape Town. An official inquest has been opened and the circumstances are under investigation. But as of right now, and this is the part nobody can process, no cause of death has been announced. Nothing has been confirmed. Even South Africa's own sports minister openly admitted that the cause of Jayden's passing has not yet been confirmed. Think about that. A fit, professional athlete, 25 years old, fresh from playing at a World Cup, and no one can yet explain what happened to him. And when you look at the timeline of his final days, it becomes even more painful. Just 2 days earlier on Thursday, Jayden had a long conversation with his mentor, Brendan Johnson. According to Johnson, Jayden was in high spirits, positive, motivated, and hungry for the new season. He had just come back from the World Cup, he was a continental champion, and he knew exactly what lay ahead of him. So who exactly was Jayden Adams? Born in 2001, he came up through the famous youth academy of Stellenbosch FC, growing from a promising academy kid into one of the brightest young talents in South African football. After several seasons with Stellenbosch, his rapid rise earned him a big move in January 2025 to Mamelodi Sundowns, the giants of South African football. And just this May, he touched the very top of the continent, winning the CAF Champions League, the biggest club trophy in all of Africa. And here's a detail that tells you everything about the heart of this young man. Jayden dedicated his Champions League winners' medal to Ashwin Andries, his former Stellenbosch teammate and close friend who tragically lost his life back in 2023. Even at his highest moment, Jayden never forgot his people. That was the kind of man he was. Then came the summer of 2026, the biggest stage of his life. Jayden was selected for South Africa's World Cup squad, and he did not just participate, he helped make history. He started against the host nation Mexico. He started against the Czech Republic, and he came off the bench in the famous 1-0 victory over South Korea on June 24, the win that carried South Africa into the knockout rounds of a FIFA World Cup for the first time in the nation's history. For a country that had never gone beyond the group stage, this was a moment of pure national pride, and Jayden Adams was part of the team that delivered it. But behind the scenes, Jayden was carrying unimaginable pain. Just 1 day before the Czech Republic match, his beloved grandmother, Mariana, passed away. Most players would have stepped aside. Jayden did not. He put on the national jersey, walked onto that World Cup pitch, and gave everything for his country while grieving. South Africa's sports minister, Gayton Mackenzie, personally reached out to him during those days to offer condolences, and later revealed that he would forever carry the humble, appreciative way Jayden responded. That, the minister said, showed a depth of character far beyond his years. South Africa's historic run finally ended on June 28 against Canada, and less than 2 weeks later, the young man who helped write that history was gone. Since the news broke, tributes have been pouring in from every corner of the football world. FIFA President Gianni Infantino called the news incredibly sad and sent condolences on behalf of the entire global football community. The Confederation of African Football wrote that football has lost one of its own. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa expressed his condolences to the family. Mamelodi Sundowns said the entire club was devastated, praying for the Adams family and asking the world to respect their privacy as they grieve. And then came the moment that gave this story its most powerful image, that scene in Miami. Before the England vs Norway quarterfinal on Saturday night, both teams lined up on opposite sides of the pitch. Jayden's photograph filled the giant screens. The stadium announcer asked for silence. And tens of thousands of fans from every country on earth went completely quiet for a young man from Cape Town. The England team later shared the tribute online with 3 simple words: "Rest in peace, Jayden." Rest in peace, Jayden Adams, a fighter, a champion, and a proud son of South Africa. If you would like to pay your respects, drop a dove or a message of support for his family in the comments below. I will make sure this comment section becomes a place of love, not rumors. Hit the like button as a small tribute, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon, because as soon as official updates come from the investigation, you will hear them first right here. Thank you for watching, and please, hug your loved ones a little tighter today.